Thanks for downloading another segment from the Best of the Classic Metal Show. The Classic Metal Show is heard live on Saturdays from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. And now here's another piece of Classic Metal Show history on the Best of the Classic Metal Show.
The Classic Metal Show.
Well, speaking of people who are annoying when they speak...
Yes?
I thought maybe we would revisit Tammy. What do you think?
Yeah, we can go there too. Why not?
All right, a couple of weeks ago, well, a few weeks ago, we had Don Dokken on the show.
Yes.
And we were playing him a voicemail that was left by a rabid Dokken listener.
Right.
And her name was Tammy.
Yes, the lovely Tammy.
Yeah. And Tammy left a very interesting message for Don. And
right.
She's kind of become a celebrity on the show without even knowing it.
Right.
You know, by proxy.
Yeah, people love Tammy. Well,
yeah,
not really.
No kidding. Shoot. Wait a minute here. Hang on a second.
You lost it?
I think, hang on a minute. I'm looking for it.
God damn it, it was the big setup.
I know. I had it right here, and now I'm, here we go. I had it. There we go. Okay, I got it now. I thought I had lost it. All right, well, anyway, I'm going to play the Tammy message.
All right.
Most of you probably know what this is, but some of you are maybe new to the show. But anyway, during the Don Dokken interview, we played a voicemail from a girl by the name of Tammy who was really upset that she missed Don when he was doing his CD signing during the Queensryche tour.
Right.
And she basically wanted Don to call her because she missed him at the show, so she wanted him to make up for it.
Yeah, to call her at home.
Yeah, call her at home. So here's Tammy leaving a message for Don Dokken.
This message is for Don Dokken. This is Tammy. My number's 10. No innovative, no weirdness. Now, I've left many messages. I really wish you would call me because I think that I missed you at the Queensryche show in SF at the Fillmore in February. I believe you might have been doing a CD signing after the show, and I had to leave before the show was over, and I really wanted to meet you. If you called me on the phone, that would really be cool, because that would make up for, not meeting you that night, and I want...
So Don has to make up for her not meeting him.
That's right.
That would make up for it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Know that I'm probably one of the very few people that really give a damn about your music, such as your 1990 CD, Crash and Burn. I love that song, and the 95 Dysfunctional CD that, that most people aren't even familiar with. I love all that you do, and I feel your pain in your music, and I know you're going through a lot of changes now.
How does she know that?
Because she knows. Why would you question an articulate, fancy lady like her?
She knows he's going through a lot of changes?
She knows. She's fancy, well-spoken. I agree with her. She does know.
She feels the pain in his music.
She does. She's down.
Okay.
All are, and I love you, Don, and I just wish you would feel me on this, because I really, I buy all your T-shirts, the Dokken T-shirts, and I buy your CDs, and I wish you'd care enough to maybe even call me back, because, I love you and your music, and I'm a dedicated fan, and I just want you to know that. So I know this sounds like a bunch of drama to you. This is crazy, but maybe something will sink in. Love you. Bye.
You know what my favorite part of that is?
What's that?
When she goes and has the just completely passionate, I love you, Don.
Yeah. So anyway, we thought that was the end of Tammy right there. I mean, obviously it made an impression on a lot of people who listen to the Classic Metal Show, and they just think it was really funny.
Don loved it.
Yeah, he was pretty disgusted with that.
He was like, all right, enough.
Exactly. So anyway, last week, Dokken, as I mentioned, their new CD, Lightning Strikes Again, debuted on the Billboard at 133, which is pretty impressive for a band like Dokken, and especially since CDs don't sell very well these days.
Right.
And Billboard tracks actually, actual CD sales. They don't track, MP3 downloads like from iTunes.
Right. Sure.
So that's pretty impressive. I mean, 133 on the Billboard charts, not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all for a music that's getting exactly 0 plays a week on commercial radio.
All right, so it's been a while, but usually when bands like a Dokken, make a splash like that, there's a radio show. It's a syndicated radio show that's been around for about 25 years.
Right.
Called Rockline.
By Bob Coburn.
Bob Coburn on Rockline on the Westwood One Radio Network.
That's right.
So he's been doing this like 25 years. He, has classic rock bands, metal bands, in between bands, but, concentrated in the rock genre.
Sure.
So Dokken appeared live on Rockline about a week ago.
Uh-huh.
So I'm listening back to this Rockline. I didn't get to catch the original broadcast, so I'm listening to Rockline.
Right.
And Rockline, if you're not familiar with it, it's Rockline, where you, the fans, get to interview the band.
Right.
So I'm listening to this, and I'm just got this playing in the background and listening to it, and guess who should pop up in my ears?
Gee, I wonder who.
So mind you, this is a syndicated nationwide radio show with a toll-free number, and so can you imagine how many people are trying to dial in at the same time, trying to get on the air and talk?
Right.
Thousands of people are competing to get on Rockline. And what is Rockline? About an hour long, or what is it, 2 hours, or is it 1 hour?
I think it's 2 hours.
So a lot of people are competing to get on the show just to ask a question to their favorite band.
Right.
So guess who pops up on Rockline of all people?
Somebody called in from the trailer again.
Right, so let's check this out. This is a courtesy of Rockline. So this is rocklineradio.com, okay?
Okay.
And welcome back to Rockline, and Bob Coburn, Dokken, just doing a great live set here in the Rockline studio. And we have Don and John to take your calls right now from the Bay Area, San Leandro. Tammy, you're on the show. Welcome.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Tammy.
I was just wondering, in the song Alone Again, were you referring to anyone in particular in that song?
You know, a lot of people ask that like it must have been an old girlfriend or something. I actually wrote that song when I was in my very early 20s, and it didn't come out until 1985. Jeff Pilson and I, we kind of found an old cassette of it, and I'd written it way, way, way back, and then Jeff and I rewrote it, and Jeff changed it. But it was just about actually watching my friends, people going through relationships, and they're going to crash and burn, but you can't say anything, and, we can always see something going in the toilet from the outside. So I just wrote it about that's horrible feeling that everybody's gone through in their life at least once, that horrible, sad feeling when you love someone so much and you feel like you're losing them, and that's what the song was about.
How are you with Jeff these days? Because Foreigner's on in 2 weeks.
Jeff is he's like an unsung hero in Dokken. All the people always talked about, George Lynch and Don Dokken. But, Jeff is a guitar player, a bass player, a pianist. a producer, a lead singer, not a background singer, he's a great singer. So I think that, if people talk about the synergy between Lynch and Don and, what made Dokken, but honestly, if with Jeff Pilson would have been in the band probably would have got as far as it went. Because he was the one that would go, George would write a riff, and George and I never wrote a song together. We didn't even speak during Dokken. I mean, from the first day we played together, it's like, I don't want to talk to you, you don't talk to me, I'll see you on stage. That's just the way it was. It's just personality clashes, spiritual differences on how we saw life. So unfortunately for Jeff, he had to be the politician. and he had to be a man of many flags. So if he went to me and I go, George is really making me mad, and he'd say, I understand. And they go to George and go, that Don's driving me nuts. He goes, I understand. So Jeff was, and plus, when I got stuck on a song, I could call him at 10 o'clock at night, and Jeff would go, I'm stuck. I got the verse, I got the bridge, I don't know what to do, the song's going down, and he'd just come over and go, how about that? And do this, and maybe do this, and maybe sing that. And I go, yeah, that's the ticket. So he was the guy that kind of, it's kind of like the guys in the band, we're all the chef's helpers, and we were all cooking at the same time. But at the end of the day, Jeff would kind of organize how the plate was going to be presented.
Yeah. Somebody's got to be the mortar between the bricks.
He was the straight one. I mean, even though he went crazy like all of us, he was out of his mind too in the 80s, like everybody was in the 80s. We were all drug addicts and alcoholics, and I had to come in a few times and pry him out of his closet, But he's been straight clean for 20 years, and I give him a lot of credit. I think people used to talk about it in the 80s, and it was like, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and we're all high, and that's cool. It isn't cool.
It's not cool, yeah.
And there's now this crystal meth thing, and all this really bad drugs are coming out. It's cool to be clean. It's cool not to.
It's become hip to be clean now, yeah.
And you want to be the poster child like a Steven Tyler.
Bob.
And Jeff,
Jesus.
we all had our terrorizing days, and he's been clean, and he's a very spiritual person. He meditates every day, and he's got an awesome daughter and a wife, and he's a good guy, and I'm really happy that he's in Foreigner. I think he brings a lot to Foreigner as a person, spiritually, and as an artist. I think he's just a very talented guy, and I'm a little jealous. I wish I had that talent.
Tammy, thanks for calling us. We're going to move to Denver to talk to Pat. Welcome to Rockline.
Can you play just the beginning part again? I want everybody to listen to how Don just mocks her.
It's like, hi, Tammy.
On. Hi, Tammy.
All right.
Welcome back to Rockline and Bob. Coburn, Dokken just doing a great live set here in the Rockline studio, and we have Don and John to take your calls right now from the Bay Area, San Leandro. Tammy, you're on the show. Welcome.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Tammy.
I was just wondering, in the song "Alone Again," were you referring to anyone in particular in that song?
Oh, that's classic. Hi, Tammy.
What are the odds that we picked this chick out and she just made it on Rockline?
Oh, that's funny.
This message is for Don Dokken. This is Tammy. My number's no weirdness. I've left many messages. I really.
God.
What are the chances?
Oh, that is funny.
And what are the chances that I would find that?
Yeah, I mean, just talk about random all the way around. That's great.
So I thought I'd share that this week.
That's funny, man.
Oh my God. So there you are. There's Tammy making a return visit, only this time on Rockline.
There she is. So God knows where she'll turn up next. Probably Talking Metal Unfused.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Don.
Wonder
I'd like to thank Mark and John for having me on their show to talk to you, Don.
Look at MOL. That was comedic gold. That was just so random.
That was just bizarro.
Thanks for checking out the Best of the Classic Metal Show. You can tune into the Classic Metal Show live every Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com.
The Classic Metal Show.